welcome to the Cinema Gold Show. I'm your host, Larry Leese, and on today's episode of Netflix Rewind, we dive into American Ultra. But first, we'd like to thank our sponsor, Poddex, for sponsoring this episode. If you're looking to grow your audience and get more engagement with your podcast, check out Poddex today at poddex.com and use the promo code Larry21 for 10% off your order. And now on to today's review of American Ultra. The stoner comedy has a long, if not pedigreed, history. The unsuspecting super agent espionage film has been done before as well. So in this day of mashups and remixing, why not put the two genres together? And American Ultra may be the answer to that question. In fact, a mashup of stoner comedy and unsuspecting super agent is a perfect description of this Max Landis written film. Jesse Eisenberg is Mike Howell, a stoner who doesn't realize that he's actually a cast-off from a secret government program. If he's activated, he has the ability to kill people with a myriad of weapons, as well as things that no one would ever suspect of being weapons. All Mike knows is that he is desperately in love with his girlfriend Phoebe Larson, played by Kristen Stewart, and wants to do whatever he can to make her happy. Unfortunately, he's a relatively adult guy and gets absolutely nothing right about his relationship. Early on in the film, he has trouble getting on a plane to take Phoebe on vacation, and from there, things get really bad for him. As it turns out, there's this guy in the government, Adrian Yates, played by Topher Grace, who very much wants Mike dead. In fact, Yates wants him dead so badly that he organizes a massive, unsanctioned mission to kill Mike. The only thing Mike, who has no idea Yates exists, going for him is that he's got a defender in the government, Victoria Lassiter. Naturally, Mike doesn't know her either, at least consciously, but she activates Mike so he can defend himself against Yates' goons. Mike does his self-defense thing, the unsanctioned mission goes downhill quickly. There are cover-ups and weird assassins. Most notably, Walton Goggins' deranged laughter, and a drug dealer played by John Leguizamo, who gets caught up in the middle of it. All the while, Mike manages to take down bad guys with whatever he has on hand, and without even realizing what he's going to do before he does it. It sounds like a weird, potentially wonderful action comedy. Problem is, it never really hits the absurd heights of the premise. After the first set of kills, which one has to give it to American Ultra, are very inventive. The law of diminishing returns quickly sets in. Mike laid back style and regular disbelief in what he's doing gets old fast. While on their own, the action scenes would probably go dull before the climax. American Ultra oddly makes a decision right up front to further lessen their impact. At the start of the film, a bruised and battered Mike thinks back to how this whole series of unfortunate events began. American Ultra then actually shows the audience, in reverse, many of the bigger moments. The result is that when the audience sees a certain location or an item, they know what's about to happen. The rewind does look very cool, but it substantially hurts the film. Beyond that, the entire storyline, involving exactly why Yates wants to kill Mike and how he thinks he's going to get away with it, feels even more improbable than the notion of Eisenberg's stoner killer. Grace is not terribly convincing as the young boss who has decided to proceed with this off-the-wall mission, even if we have seen the actor play a similar role, the company man trying to shake things up before. On the plus side, Eisenberg and Stewart have great chemistry together. Despite the relationship seeming like a highly improbable one when Mike and Phoebe are on screen together, the audience is pulling for them to somehow live through the night. One issue with creating a film that is part stoner comedy, part espionage adventure, is that while Mike and Phoebe straddle both worlds, very few other characters do. This leads to many scenes feeling like they belong in one world or the other. And then there are the scenes which really belong in neither. Tony Hale plays a scared, bumbling agent not sure whether his allegiances should lie with Lassiter or Yates. And it is a comedic role, and one in which he is very funny, but it is neither stoner comedy nor espionage adventure. So, during the closing credits, the audience gets to see Mike's comic creation, Apollo Ape, in a series of adventures. It is beyond a doubt the best thing American Ultra has going for it. While it is entirely possible that an Apollo 8 movie would fizzle out just as quickly as this one does, It still feels preferable to American Ultra because the promise of an enjoyable time has not yet been ruined. And now on to our pod deck segment. Today's question is, how creative are you, or how creative do you get to sneak your own snacks into the movie theater? Well, I don't remember the last time I snuck food into the theater. But me personally, I just put it in my pocket and just walk in. They kind of quit checking and saying things anymore at theaters anyways. But working at a movie theater, I've seen people shove stuff up their pants and then have it, like, I think it's tied to their legs or taped. So that was kind of funny to witness. But let us know in the comments section below, how do you sneak snacks into the movie theater? And don't worry, I won't tell you the theater. And before we go, if you please subscribe to our channel, and you can support the show by buying us coffee at buymeacoffee.com/cinemagold. Your support helps the channel grow, upgrade our equipment, bring in new hosts, be able to pay them, and hopefully take this show on the road one day. And as always, thank you so much for watching and listening. We will see you next time.